Hey everyone, so obviously things are super crazy right now with moving back and forth between up here in Denver and moving all the animals plus all of our other stuff too, because it's not just the facility. We're not traveling 4 hours just to go to work down there. We're moving down there as well, so it's just taking a lot. As well as I'm doing a lot of it kind of solo right now because partner is still working full-time here in Denver and establishing herself down there to get clients and stuff down there. So I'm doing a lot of this move back and forth. So I'm just very tired. And unfortunately, I got a little bit sick. No, I don't have the scary one, but I am sick a little bit. So I apologize for, you're going to hear a little bit of little creak in my voice for a while for this video and the next few ones. And so I also don't have a whole lot of time to record videos as well, which is why you're not going to see too many facility updates, but I apologize for that. Anyway, let's get on going with this. So while I'm moving back and forth, and kind of the reason why this is taking so long is I'm fighting Colorado winter right now. And while yes, winter is kind of a big asterisk at the moment, it's still very cold for trying to move reptiles that, you know, we're usually trying to keep in the 80 degree Fahrenheit plus all of the time. So that's a little difficult to do. So I decided let's do a little bit of a video about how I am packing and moving the animals from the rack systems or the enclosures that we have them up here down south. And so I've talked a little bit about like how I'm doing that down there a little bit in some of the previous videos about how I'm trying to make it a little bit easier as far as their move goes, but making it a little bit harder for myself in that regard. But I'm just going to show you a quick way to how I'm doing it. This isn't the only way to do it, and I'm hoping that, you know, maybe as other people are having to move around or choosing to move around, as whatever the case may be, you know, here's a good example or an idea of how you can do it, because so far I haven't had anything, any issues with moving the animals yet, and quite a few have moved down already. So I did a little recording of before. We're going to show you how we pack them up a little bit, and then we'll show you the end result here at the end. So without further ado, so to show you, we're going to start with Washington here. He is our bamboo male, one of our bamboo males, actually. We have two. And we're going to put him in this pillowcase. We're going to do this one-handed. We're going to see how well this goes. Doing a lot of stuff one-handed solo right now. So here's the little pillowcase. And what we're going to do is pillowcase similar to snake bags. I don't have a whole lot of larger snake bags, so we use pillowcases for the larger snakes, where we'll just put them in actual plastic tubs with some stuff, and I'll talk about that in just a second. So we're going to do, as I sit here and switch between hands, what we're going to do, we tie it in a knot and then zip tie it. I can't show you that right now because it's one hand, but it's going to look like this. So we take the animal from the tub that it normally is in, put it in a pillowcase, secure it with a knot and a zip tie, and then into here with a travel thing. So there are going to be quite a few in here, but I'm sure you've seen that in a lot of other videos where a lot of animals are either in the same bag or in the same box or container. I don't like to double up on the animals inside the bag. Not that I'm really worried about them predating on themselves, but I just don't want to deal with that. So in this thing, I have this Sherpa line blanket, and there's a reason for that. Number one, I don't have like big styrofoam chunks to help insulate heat, so we're going to use this. And then we're going to use these. So big asterisk on using these guys. Specifically these ones versus like the long 12, 24 hour heat packs you would get from like Reptile Supply or Ship Your Reptile. These things get very hot. You would never ever want to use these for shipping an animal. These guys would get way too hot with direct heat contact. So what I do is in these corners where there's a lot of buildup in this back, I'll put one here and I'll put one on the other side to kind of help raise the ambient temperature. But there's a lot of distance and insulation right here in between this and the animals, and the lid goes on top and it kind of helps keep the heat in. And so from there, put the animals just like this. They're going to be moved into a car that's already been warmed up that has the heat going, so it's not as much of a shock to the system, and then it's just taken directly down. And then, as I've discussed in previous videos, how we have them set up down there where I've already built the racks, already have them plugged in, to where literally all we have to do is just pop them right back into tubs or even new tubs and then slide them right in where the temperature is fairly consistent. And then, you know, just like any other snake when moving or shipping, you're going to give them a couple days to reacclimate before offering food. So, yeah. And now that we're here at the shop, we can see where they got nice and set up. So like I said, we already had it plugged in, ready to go. So we get down here, all we have to do is just give them nice fresh water, which we already did that, but whatever. And then under here, there's North. I know we started with Wash, but here's North. He's not in the permanent spot where the rack's gonna be. I just needed to put it somewhere while I'm still building stuff and figuring out electrical work. But as you can see, he's doing fine. He looks really good. Doesn't look like there's any signs of a respiratory issue or anything like that. So we're gonna give him another day or two to fully acclimate, and then we're going to feed him, and we're going to get going on the actual breeding season again. So that is how we move them. Again, this isn't necessarily the only way or the best way, but this is the way that we're going to do that. So there you go. That's how we move them back and forth. Again, not the best way or not the only way, but just the way that we've been doing it so far. As you can see behind me, we already have a few racks going, and I'll give you the full tour once I have a little bit more time to give you the better update, but I just wanted to give you a little something supplementary in the meantime. So, you know, we pack them up in the pillowcases, don't overpack them, make sure they don't get too hot with those hot packs. If you have those nice longing laster hot packs, I would actually recommend those over the little hand warmers anyway. But every animal that we've moved down here so far this way seems to be working pretty well. The only thing that I mentioned before in the video that I didn't show, I apologize about that, just because it's very hectic and we're trying to do this as quickly but as also safely as possible for the animals, is that for like a larger one, we would put something in, you know, in a tub with like a lid like this, like the 32 quart tubs, and then we line that with paper towels or with actual like regular like cloth towels, and then we'd still put that in that box that has that additional heat source in there, be it the hand warmers or the actual real good shipping hot warm packs, and then we'd still put it in the warmed up car and move it down here in the setup that's already ready to go. That's the thing that is kind of extending this whole process, is, you know, building everything down here and having it set up ready to go. So, you know, we can't just move everything and let it just sit on the floor for a couple days. It could be done, but I think this is just a little bit safer and a little bit less stressful for the animals. So that's the way that I'm doing it, and that's the way that I'm sharing with you. Hopefully this gave you a few ideas. If you guys ever decide that you need to or want to move your reptile collections, please like, subscribe. If you can, hit that bell notification, let YouTube know that I exist. Let me know down below if you want a playlist of like the updates and stuff. I know I'm not able to do it as much as like, you know, other people who are working on their like reptile zoos and their facilities and things like that, just because I am not able to, unfortunately. But let me know if you want like a full playlist. You can kind of see a little bit of the progression, and I'll have, again, another update for you guys very soon. Just wanted to give you a little bit of break in between those. Hope you're having a great day. Hopefully this year is treating you better than the last couple, and we'll catch you next time.